Fly, Blackbird Fly, Voices We Can't Unhear, a choreopoem by Distinctly Unique. Fly, Blackbird Fly, Voices We Can't Unhear is a choreopoem recounting impactful and traumatic experiences of 7 women. Though they never considered or attempted suicide, each woman is at her breaking point and desperately wants to escape. Storytelling and therapy sessions ultimately bring them to a place of healing, freedom.
This is dedicated to the mother, the child, the sister, the self. Please, ladies, don't forget to breathe. Rest peacefully, Ntozake Shange.
Represents A.C.'s mindset between 12 and 14 years old. She is laying on her bed, writing in her black journal, humming Motherless Child, reading the journal entry out loud, in basketball shorts and a big t-shirt.
Mommy, are you proud of me? I served my first ball today and it went over the net, no return. I got my first ace.
She jumps excitedly out of her bed as if her mother can hug her and congratulate her.
I wish I could have seen your face light up with excitement and heard your voice in the crowd yelling, "That's my baby!"
Sits back on the bed in dismay.
But I knew you couldn't afford to pay for everyone to come to my games, even on your off days. If you came alone, where would my siblings go? The one time we had a babysitter, she messed up letting us run wild and free, play shooting games all night, while she disappeared upstairs to the neighbor's apartment and got pregnant. You didn't like her throwing up in our home, so you disconnected from her and hustled to get us back into daycare during the week. At least there we were safe, together, and all accounted for under the supervision of women who understood that parents need their establishment sometimes. And sometimes, parents can't always give them their money right when they would like. Mommy, I wish you could be around for me more. I wish you could see me play. I wish I could run up to you after my games like the other girls do. But I'm not gonna let your absence be my downfall. You're hustling to make sure I can even have opportunities like playing volleyball. Well, what?
Stands confidently.
Well, Mommy, I'm a hustler too. I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you.
Blackout. End snippet. Lights up, one chair downstage center facing the women on stage. The women take turns being a therapist, asking the question, "Why are you here?" This is the one time they can reveal their truth and feel as though someone will finally listen.
Why are you here? When young girls becoming young women are automatically assumed and treated as adult women called underaged women, the way they carry themselves oftentimes is as they are labeled. Not me though. I was called all types of nasty names just because I could conceive children. I spent years trying to prove everyone wrong, show them that teenage pregnancy won't be a part of my life, putting crazy amounts of pressure on myself to graduate from school, get degreed multiple times, find work just so that I won't be out and about or all up under some man. My mother and her mother and their mothers all tried to fight the good fight, prided themselves on being independent women, got pregnant young, and raised their children on their own. They passed down a kind of bitterness and rage toward men and asking for help in general. Policed their daughters every move to make sure she didn't have to live the same life they did. They meant well, but that type of parenting is toxic. It drove me far, far away from my emotions. I shut off feeling happy, feeling love. If it didn't bring me monetary wealth, I didn't see it as anything worth doing. I was trying so hard to be different, to change the narrative, that it made me bitter and angry towards any and everyone who came into contact with me. I saw every potential partner as a distraction, someone trying to knock me off my A game. No man was going to come in between me and my success. I think I got depressed somewhere in the process, and instead of acknowledging those feelings, I worked more hours, getting angrier by the minute. I see people with their partners, and a part of me dies. A part of me wishes that I didn't have to carry the burden of breaking the cycle. What's so wrong with falling in love and being happy, huh? What's wrong with allowing a man to show me the world, treat me like a queen? I was too busy trying to be a boss, trying to be self-made, don't need or want a man, that I turned off every guy who even made it to a date with me. I never took the time to discover what it was I truly wanted. I never took the time to be who I really am. I was too busy trying not to be one woman, trying not to be past women, so much so that I couldn't see the young woman I should have been paying attention to the most. Me. I'm here because I no longer care to prove others wrong. I no longer want to be defined by my mother and her ancestors. Rest their souls. Someone's got to release these chains. I'm here to find my wings and learn how to fly. I'm here to be happy, to be kind, and to love, and to be loved. I'm here to break the generational chains holding me back. Why are you here?
In Snippet. Represents AC between 16 and 25 years old. AC is sitting in a chair stage right, writing in her old journal, talking aloud. Though this scene is shared with character LO, in this reading you will only hear AC's lines. However, the two do share multiple lines.
Mommy, I heard you crying last night.
AC stands, walks around chair clockwise, still writing.
I never wanted you to be sad or feel like you weren't doing enough. You did your best to keep us away from life in the streets. And even though sometimes we got mad at you and didn't want to listen, you made sure we knew that we were too young to understand your tough love. You gon' fall flat on your face, you said. You won't make it with that attitude, you said. You let a man in your life and all he's gonna do is bring you a baby and leave you to take care of the baby, you said.
AC walks around chair counterclockwise.
All I could think about was how I was going to prove you wrong because I was like you, a hard worker, a person who was willing to sacrifice her own happiness to be successful and make it on her own. I was independent, outspoken, smart, talented, empathetic, and apathetic at times. I wasn't going to let anybody get in the way of my future success. I didn't care about love, but I needed it. And once I allowed myself to fall in love, you treated me like I was nothing. Like I was a naive little girl destined to fail. I thought maybe you didn't want to see me be better than you, even though that's what you told me to do. I thought you were jealous, Mommy, because I got to live the life you never had. Maybe you were. But I know you were also dealing with your own traumas. You didn't get the time to develop who you wanted to be. You were told to get a job, told that you had to talk like them, laugh like them, be like them. But sometimes you slipped out of character. They didn't like that. The colonized world rejects you, and you knew they'd reject me too unless I assimilated, stayed robotic, and allowed myself to be controlled.
Take mirror and chair off stage. Blackout. Present. Still frozen where she was before the blackout. Lights up fully. AC walks down stage left. Tears 3 letters from her journal. Rips them to pieces. Lets them fall. Talks to the ground as if staring at her mother's grave.
Well, Mommy, you should know that I know better. You have every right to be concerned about me and my well-being. We're a danger to the minds that haven't figured out independent thinking. Our spirits are filled with resolve and peace. And not everyone agrees with our philosophies. So, Mommy, are you proud of me? I mean, really proud of me. I'm happy, Mommy. Genuinely happy, and even with the craziness going on in the world, I'm still managing to keep my head up. I'm happily in love, and I'm not stressing about impressing others or being told, job well done. I know now that it is not my responsibility to unwrite all the traumas you and your ancestors experienced. I can have a good man and still be a successful individual. I can have kids and not be considered a screw up. I can take the time to figure out what it is I want, what it is I need. I can, Mommy. Thanks to you. Mommy, if no one else has ever told you, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everything you were able to accomplish. I look up to you, Mommy. Hope to one day be blessed to have just a little bit of your strength. And guess what? I'm no longer trying to make you proud of me. Because at the end of the day, I know you are. I love you, Mommy. And I'm so thankful to have you as a mom. Thank you for everything.
Blackout. End snippet.